2025 wasn't just a year, it was basically a stress test. If you blinked, you missed a rally. If you panicked, you lost a fortune. This year, we saw algorithms freeze, precedents fight, and boring stock become gold mines. And this is the recap of that rollercoaster year. Foreign investors nearly dumped 87,000 crores in January. They said India is too expensive and just hit sell. But the Indian retail investor, it was all about the SIPs. And that's how mutual funds absorb the blows like a shock absorber. So the lesson, the big boys tried to crash the party, but the domestic wallet anchored the market. February proved that laziness can be profitable. MSCI's index rebalance was the trigger. Hyundai Motor, fresh off the listing, entered the global club. Billions of passive money flowed in automatically. No analysis, just buying. Meanwhile, Adani Green exited the list. So it's a harsh reminder that in the index game, you're either on the table or on the menu. By March, the bears were growling, the sentiment was weak, but just when the tweets of sell everything started trending, Nifty pulled a U-turn and posted its best performance in over a year. The market looked at its doubters and said, not today. And then came the plot twist. RBI gave us a treat, a 25 BPS cut to 6%. Things look good, but then US then went and dropped a tariff bomb. The Sensex plunged 2,200 points in a single session. The Nifty fell 1,100 points before lunch. Fear was back and global headlines were screaming recession. But remember, panic is just an opportunity in disguise. While the news cycle cried, the charts healed. The Nifty reclaimed the 25,000 mark and the sentiments flipped. The same people who chose to sell in April were the ones chasing prices in May. The vibe was FOMO, which was officially replaced by fear. June delivered the biggest surprise of the year. The RBI didn't just cut rates, they unleashed the liquidity bazooka. A shocking 50 basis point cut to 5.5%. A massive 100 BPS CRR slash. Suddenly the banks were swimming with money, markets rally. It was the moment buy the dip turned into buy everything, but for those who understood the risk. So July got spicy. The villain's algorithm, SEBI dropped a historic interim order against Jane Street, freezing over 4,800 crores of alleged unlawful gains. It was a crackdown on high-speed strategies that toyed with our options market. But the message was clear. You can be fast, but not faster than the regulator. August was eerily quiet. The RBI hit a pause on rates at 5.5%. The markets took a breather. But the smart money wasn't sleeping, it was accumulating. Because in a bull market, silence isn't empty, it's loaded. After months of global scrutiny, S&P Global upgraded India's sovereign rating to a BBB, a first upgrade in 18 years. While the FIIs were busy selling a cumulative of 130,000 crores during this period, India's fundamentals continued to strengthen. Rating agencies finally acknowledged what many already believed, that India's growth story is still strong and resilient. So Diwali came early. The primary market went nuclear. Reliance, Zepto, Jio, Tata Play. We saw 1.8 lakh crore chase over 100 IPOs. People weren't checking the stock prices, they were checking the allotment status. If you didn't get an allotment, there's always next year. While most eyes stayed on stocks, the precious metals stole the spotlight. The gold surged 75% year to date. Silver surged 140% because of rate cut expectations, global uncertainty, softer dollar and a weaker rupee. It wasn't protection, it delivered performance. But while global risks are still in play, the momentum may have more room to run. And as the year closed, the attention turned to the currency. The rupee slipped past 90 against the dollar, marking a record low. A reminder that while Indian equities and precious metals show strength, global forces continue to drive outcomes. So what should investors watch for next? Capex is picking up, tax rate, GST reforms, rate cuts and fresh liquidity are lining up. The 8th pay commission, which is likely to start from January, will inject 3.7 lakh crore into the market, and lower oil prices could add fuel. So the message is simple, stay positive on equities but with discipline. Rebalance if equity moves more than 5% from your plan, follow flows, demand from FIIs and DIIs versus supply from promoters and PE exits. Deploy money smartly, 40% upfront and the rest phased in through weekly SIPs. Focus on large caps and financials, the engines of the next leg. And if the market sharply corrects by 20% or more, it's not panic time, it's time to activate the crisis plan. Wealth isn't built by reacting to the headlines, it's by surviving them. See you in 2026.